Hello, what's up? This is Styler. In this video I will review the IOCEAN X7 with the white back cover. This version comes with the 5-inch HD OGS IPS screen, 1 GB of RAM and 8 GB of ROM. This is the 2014 version that comes with Android 4.4.2 KitKat. This one uses the quad-core MTK6582 chipset clocked at 1.3 GHz. It's dual SIM. I ordered this on tinydeal.com. As always, have a look below in the video description and my blog for all the details. So now to the review. Okay, so as you can notice here, we have a LED in the top, notification LED, and this one means that I just received a SMS. So let us take a closer look on the physical aspect and the design of this phone. On the front we have the 5-inch screen, and as you can see the screen is really dark, and I really like that because you can see where the screen starts and ends. It's all black. Down here we have 3 touch buttons. They don't have any backlight, they are only painted on top. But as told before, we have the notification LED instead, and we have here the earphone speaker, we have the front facing camera at 2 megapixel, and we have a proximity sensor. So here in the bottom we have the USB port, and we have here the microphone. And on this side we have the volume rockers. In the top we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. On this side we have the power button. So on the back side we have an 8 megapixel back camera here, and we have a LED flash. Down here we have the IOCEAN logo, and we have the back speaker. So you can see here the thickness of the phone. It's not that slim, but it's okay. I have a really good grip on the phone here, and it lays really nice in the hand. I like the 5-inch screen because the size is compact and good. On many 5.5 inches the phone is just too big in my opinion, so the 5-inch is a way better size for the hand. Okay, let us have a look on the back side of the phone. The back cover is just plastic. Then here we see we have the SD card slot, and we have SIM 1 and SIM 2, and this is a standard normal SIM card, and this is a micro SIM card. Then we have the battery, and this one is on 2000 mAh. We have here the back speaker, and I don't know why it says 3D, but it has this logo here. Let's check under the battery here, and here under the battery it looks like this. And here again the battery 2000 mAh, and this one is from August 2014, made in China. IOCEAN X7, and I think it's pretty standard for Chinese batteries. It's kind of thin. So okay. So one thing I don't really like about the phone is that the back cover is really hard to put on and pull off, but maybe it's also a good thing because it won't get loose then, but it's really tight to get on here. So now I'm going to check the size and the weight. Let's see. The phone is 134 grams, and here I have my measurement tool on 0. Let's check the thickness of the phone here in the center of the phone. So here we see 9.27mm. Let's check from the bottom here also and see what it says. It's the same, 9.37. Okay, so let us also check the width of the phone here now, the side here, and what we see here is 69.20mm. And let us also check the battery alone here, 2000 mAh it says, and this one is 39 grams. Okay, so let us have a look on the lock screen, and here you see the lock screen. I have here an SMS notification here, and here on the lock screen you can also activate the camera by sliding to this side. or you can activate the widgets on this page here. So this is the access to the camera. Let me lock and unlock again. So here you see the UI, and this is my custom wallpaper I have set myself, but this clock is included on the phone as a widget. Also, you notice here the icons. The icons reminds me a lot of the ones from MIUI, but this is not MIUI, it just reminds a little bit of this. You can also see the icons here. Actually, I think this UI is based on something called IOCEAN OS. You can also slide from this bottom here to activate some toggles here. Here you can control the brightness. Let's slide down here, and here you see the toggles, the quick toggles. And you can slide them away this from left to right. You have to slide from right to left. So let's now test the speed here. And as you can see, I'm using a cube transition here. Of course, you can change that. And here we have an audio player. And here you also have direct access to the camera or the gallery. For example here, this is the gallery. Or here you have direct access to movies. And here the camera. So as you notice, the UI is really smooth. No lag whatsoever. Also, let's try to test this. And here we have things like settings, wallpapers, scroll effect, default screen and widgets. So for example here, if you want to add widgets, or if you want to change the default screen, you just go to the screen and press this button, default screen. You can also change the scroll effect. And here you see different scroll effects to choose from. So for example, if I want to use another like this one, or this, cube in, let's try cube out, and so on. Here we also then have things like wallpapers, and you can change the desktop wallpaper, live wallpapers and the lock screen wallpaper. Let me also show you the calendar. The calendar is a little bit special on this device here. Here below we have something called cloud, we have a group and more. If I take a look on the group, for example, you can make groups here. In more we have things like settings, account, themes, holidays, horoscopes and period. Let's go into the themes, for example, and here you can set different wallpapers on the background in the calendar, so you can customize this a little bit. And here in the horoscopes you can set what horoscope you are today, tomorrow and weekly, so you can read about your future. Go back again. So this is just some funny stuff. So we also have something called update system here. We have to do, and we have themes. Let's take a look here in the themes. So here you can set different themes. Let me check here in the settings here. So let us check in about phone what we have here, and what you see here is that we have Android version 4.4.2, and here you see the build number IOCEAN X7, and it's 2014 end August, as you can see here. Also, this phone support wireless update, so you can update here over there. Another thing is that if you want to customize these toggles, you can click here on more, and here you can reorder the toggles. And you may notice here we also have something called root. So this phone comes with the pre-root from the beginning, so you can just access this here. And here in the settings we have super user, you can enable this here. And here in the top we have something called quick settings or general settings here. So the quick settings are just these. We also have things like drop zone settings here. You can enable the drop zone multitasking here. And some may know these from some other phones. You can minimize it. Go into the settings, you can open up, for example, the music player. You can drag it around the screen. Play, minimize, go to the inbox here, go to the general, and let me just scroll down so you can see different settings here. So here you see what we have here. So let us have a look inside the display. Here we have lock screen notifications, for example, here, and you can change the wallpaper. We have you can enable or disable the bottom quick action, global search bar, drop zone settings, and so on here. You can set the sleep. Let's set this one to 1 minute here now. You have things like font size. Let's set this to small, and you can even also change the fonts here. So here you can set your own fonts. Online you can download more fonts here, change the system fonts. Let us have a look here in audio profiles. Here we also have the best audio enhancer option, so you can here enable this to enhance the audio for the earphone. Take a look here now on the storage here. So the default disk is set right now to phone storage, and here you see we have about 1 GB internal, and the rest total space here 5.27 GB, and together with the ROM of the phone we have totally 8 GB of ROM on this phone. Let's go back here again, let's have a look on the language. So you can see it's multi-language here. Let's have a look inside the battery, and here you can see about 22 hours on battery. So the battery is good for at least 1 whole day. So let me also show you the dialer. Here we have the dialer. Go back, and here the SMS. And the phone comes with stock Android KitKat 4.4.2 keyboard, but I installed the Go keyboard here. So this is Go keyboard. And let me also show you the camera app. So here we have the camera, and here inside camera we have all the normal things like settings, flash, and here skin tone settings. You can switch to the video mode, and here you can shoot the picture here with this button here. Have a look here in the settings here. We have things like HDR, panorama. We have here auto scene detection, live photo mode, and so on. let us also check the settings here. And here you have things like, for example, GPS location info, anti-flicker. You can change here face detection, picture size. Set this to 8 megapixel, but if it's widescreen, 6 megapixel. Please check down in the video description for some camera samples I have made. The camera seems to be really good. The pictures are sharp and very vivid, so I'm pretty surprised about the camera in this phone. So here I run the GPS test, and as you can see here, the compass function does work. Let's check here, and it took about 30 seconds to get a 3D fix here on the GPS status, and accuracy 16, and you can see in use 10. So the GPS works really good on this version here. It was really fast. So here we have Antutu benchmark 5.1. So here we see the specifications. Let me start a test here. And this is the first time I'm going to run this test. So here the Antutu test is finished, and let us see what it got here. We got 17,100. So the next thing I will test is if the screen has any backblading, and here I have a completely black screen here, so you can see there is not much backblading on the screen. And here as you can see, normally if there are backblading it will be in the corners, but the screen looks okay. There's a little bit in the bottom, but not much. Say it's okay. So what you notice here is also the viewing angle here. It's really nice. Has really good colors and a really good viewing angle. Remember, this is the IPS OGS screen, so that's why the viewing angle is really good, like this. So regarding the signal and reception on this phone, let's have a look here in the top. You can see the Wi-Fi is pretty good and the reception also. Right now I'm about 2 rooms away from my router, but still the Wi-Fi is pretty strong, and also the 3G network works fine, as you can see. So with that I have no complaints.
It's as simple as crossing the finish line first. The openings are there, kid. Just need to take them.
Okay, as you can see, the gaming works really good on this device here. There are no lag and whatsoever, it's smooth and fast. So now I'm going to try to pair it with a Bluetooth speaker here. So let me turn on Bluetooth. And let me search for Bluetooth devices, and here it has found the Bluetooth device here actually. Let me try to connect and pair it. So it's paired now here, connected, and that went really fast. And here we have the stock music player on the phone. So as you can see, this works perfectly. Okay, let us check out the OTG, and here I have my USB stick. I have the OTG cable. So I will plug it in like this and use this one in the USB. So let me unlock here first. Let me put this in to see what happens. So here we see preparing external USB storage. So it's found. Let's check here in the file manager. And here we see, for example, pictures here. Check out if this works, and it works fine as you can see here. So that's nice. On the go works perfectly. So let me also try to connect a USB mouse here with the cable here again. Let me connect it here in the bottom. So here you see it's connected. I'm using the mouse here to control the cursor here. So this is perfect, and I can even use the scroll. So here we see the IOCEAN X7 compared with the G3, and as you can see the size is nearly the same. Let's turn on the display. Also the bezel is really thin on the X7, as you can see here. So we are now in the end of this video, and I will now list some of the main pros and cons that I have found on this phone. So one of the pros are that this phone has a fair price, and the build quality is pretty good. I also really like that the screen is all black when the screen is turned off. I like that the device has notification LED. Overall, I think it's a nice phone. The size is good and compact. The bezels are pretty slim. The battery time and reception and signals are really good. And the design is also pretty nice. And another good thing is that the sound quality here in the earphone speaker is pretty good. It's really clear and loud. And the back camera here, the 8 megapixel, has really surprised me because the pictures are really sharp and vivid. So that's the good things about this phone. So for the price, I think you get a really nice phone. So some of the cons about this phone is that I found the screen to be a little bit too sensitive, and also I don't like that the touch buttons here in the bottom have no backlight. They're only painted on top, but I think that's a sacrifice for getting the notification LED instead. And what I also noticed is that the volume rockers here on this side are pretty hard and solid, but the power button here on this side is a little bit loose, and as you can see here. So I don't know why it's like this, but on this side nothing. And another thing I noticed is that the back cover is really hard to get off and on. So that's also a little bit annoying, I think. So that's it for now. Remember also to check out my blog. You find the link in the video description. If you have any questions, please comment below, give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.